The White House this week pulled a little sneaky one on us. They, they had a spokesperson tell CNN how awesome it was that Fox News has such a strict vaccine mandate in place, 90% vaccination rate over at Fox News, according to the company. They're now implementing weekly testing for unvaccinated employees and any employee who doesn't want to reveal their vaccination status. Now you got to get tested weekly. Fox News, the Fox Corporation, is doing it right. Oh, and I'm sorry, it's not weekly testing for Fox employees, it's daily testing. So Fox isn't screwing around at all. So the White House, via spokesperson, reached out to CNN and said this. Today's news from Fox News follows a trend we're seeing across the country. Vaccination and testing requirements work. We are glad they have stepped up to protect their workforce and strengthen the economy, and we encourage them to convey to their audience that these types of practices will protect their employees, their communities, and the economy. So it's kind of a backhanded praising of Fox News, and I actually really like what they did here. Because even though they're praising Fox News, they're still calling the network out, saying, you guys are doing really great. I mean, you've got this huge vaccine mandate, 90% vaccination rate among your staffers, which includes the on-air talent, daily testing. Wow, if only you would tell your audience that these kinds of things are okay. Because that's the problem at Fox. You have people like Tucker Carlson, who is desperately all night, every night out there trying to tell people that these vaccines aren't safe, that they can't be trusted. You know, he brought on Nicki Minaj to talk about her cousin's friend's problem, if you've been following that on social media for the last couple days. So yes, Tucker is a leader in misinformation about the safety and efficacy of the vaccine. Meanwhile, he's working for a company that has one of the most strict COVID policies that we've ever seen. And that's a good thing. Like, I hate to say this, but Fox News is showing us how to properly do it. And the White House is right to praise them. They're also right to call them out for spreading misinformation about it still. But what Fox is doing is even more strict than the vaccine mandates that Joe Biden put out last week. If more companies across the country followed Fox News' footsteps, we might actually be able to get a handle on this pandemic in the very near future. But the problem is Fox News is living under one set of rules while telling you to do something the exact opposite of it. They're living in the glass house, but they're throwing as many stones as they possibly can because outrage and fear is what drives their audience. If Fox News doesn't have something to tell you to be pissed off about, then you have no reason to watch Fox News. What are you going to get the actual news at that point? That's boring as hell for these viewers. So Fox has to continue to sell outrage. They have to continue to sell fear and anger because that is the only thing their audience responds to. But just remember, Fox News audience, every time you're watching these holier-than-thou Fox News hosts telling you to rebel against vaccine mandates and mask mandates, just remember, they're not living under those same rules, and they are protected, but they don't want you to be. If you can't get enough Ring of Fire, we encourage everyone to subscribe to our channel for fresh video content 7 days a week. And for even more from me, you can follow me on all social media outlets, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Fair and Balanced.